Here with the captain's vlog. I did watch chapter 4 of Stranger Things season 5, and there will be spoilers. So you can go and watch it. It's available for streaming. Come back, get in on the conversation. Here we go. Thumbs up. What I said? Oh, like, comment, subscribe. Yes, let's talk about it. Now, the previous live stream that I had started, I was starting to talk about where I got out of the episode, and I mentioned the backyard scene. Well, not necessarily. So, in episode 4, I got out of the episode and just became a spectator. I just was spectating. There was no like hoorah, talking to the screen, yelling and cheering, and it was none of that. After, cause I was, and then I wasn't, and this the scene where that took me out, and I just was like, I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it, cause I was doing it. Okay, here we go. The the scene when they drove in after they drove into the upside down. Okay, yay, they drove into the upside down. Great. When dude, I don't even know his name. What's the other boy name? I think his name Dustin. I don't know. His name start with a D. The dude that was driving. I'm so PO'd at him. Um, he acting like this a whole like they cruising down the street on a sunny day knowing where they going. Like he didn't just drive into the damn upside down, not looking at the road, fussing. I was like, do y'all really think this is a great time to be fussing and not looking at the road while you driving? If there was any time not to look at the road and fuss while you driving, this ain't it. This ain't it. This ain't it. So they just kept escalating and escalating. And he just kept turning his head and turning his head. And I just stopped. I just stopped. I was like, are you for real? Like, are you effing kidding me? You want to take your eyes off the road driving down the upside down? Mm, I'm tired of talking to you. I was done after seeing him fussing like he ain't driving down in the upside down. Man, I just was like, are you kidding me? And then the back seat drivers, they tell me something. Um, I think his name's Steve. Steve, look at the road. Steve. I'm like, y'all needed to say Steve long time ago because he just not looking at the damn road. Like when he went into the upside down, it took his mind because he just wasn't even thinking. Oh my goodness. So they go into the wall with the car. Somehow they able to get out. I was thinking that the wall was finna engulf the car and maybe perhaps if maybe push them out of the other side, maybe, but I don't know how thick that wall is. I thought they was stuck in the wall, but they was able to get out the car. They was able to get back in the car and find the map. And when I think his name Dustin, The one name start with a D. When he's sitting in the car just chilling, I'm like, if you don't get out that car. But he was in the car like it wasn't in a membrane wall thing. And but he was able to get the map and think about it and bop 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 boop 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 and see how the wall is built and stuff like that. Which is cool. Okay, great. Oh my goodness. That dude up there fussing and hollering and taking his eyes off the road. Mm, mm, mm. Like he just know where he going driving down the upside down. But anyways, so that took me out. I was just I ain't had no more go after that. I just was like, y'all got it. It's already done been pre-recorded anyway. Ain't no need for me to be cheering and hollering and talking to the screen because y'all done already did what y'all wanted to do. I'm just gonna sit back and watch. So I sat back and watched, and I like Delightful. What was his name? Daryl. What's his name? Daryl. I liked him. I liked that he named himself and his tactics and his visualization and him showing his visualization skills. Um, and I like his lunchbox. Yay, he had a lunchbox, an actual lunchbox. I liked it, and he had a hole in that lunchbox to show the blinking light. I was like, ooh, you clever. Oh snap now. Look at you. Okay. I like that. That's cool. So he was able to see the blinking light through the closed lunchbox. I was like, yes, that's so cool. And the way he was tapping them children, I don't know if them children actually went for that. I mean, like you like, ain't none of them children was like, now you ain't gotta be hitting me on my head. You could just tell me to go. But it was cute how he did it with all of them. Uh, tapped them like a sensei, like the monkey off of Lion King. Um, which I was like, okay, so they whatever. Whatever. They okay, so they safe or whatever or whatever. Whatever. I don't know. Whatever. This the show that we was we was presented with. However, whenever. So then I don't know if I got anything to say. I mean, like, okay, I'm gonna move on. So Victor, he come up on the scene, and can anybody translate what he's saying because he don't be making sense to me. I kind of try and listen to what he say, but I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't and maybe I ain't supposed to get it. I don't ugh. Somebody tell me what Victor talking about, cause he talking about some it was you all the time and you got it inside of you and I chose you and you are like me and I'm just like ugh. Sir, this is no reason to be doing what you're doing. Like, You still ain't giving me a clear reason on why you doing what you doing, how you doing it. Like it's just cause you wanna do it. That's all. Just say you just wanna do it. Just ugh. All this you are like me and I'm like you and you was the first and I chose you first and I'm just like that's still no reason for you to be doing what you're doing. I thought you were finna tell us something. Out there walking out on stage like you WWE Pumpkinhead. But apparently, Will heard what he needed to hear, and he was like, "Oh yeah," and Will turned that mother out. So apparently, Victor was, I don't know exactly how, but Victor knew that Will was like him, and what he mean by that is, I guess they got the same powers. So Will translated what Victor was saying and took that and did what he did. But what about the children? What about the children? Like that didn't stop what transpired. But so that's why I'm thinking we're gonna get it some more episodes because I'm just like this can't be it. Like I mean y'all finna do the viewers like you just gon' you just gon' ugh, you gonna end it like this and say this all we get? No. You coming you gonna give us some more. You gonna give us some more, right? Like oh my goodness. Whatever. If you don't give us no more fan. Now introduced us to some new characters and everything. New characters, new powers unlocked, new levels. Then we got to see that the music was working. Aing. And then the tape stopped. It took her a while to get to the music, and she finally got to the music, and then she wanted to take her damn sweet time to get through to the other side, like she watching the movie, like we watching the movie. Girl, if you don't get over to the other side, but she watching the movie, she might as well had to pull up a chair and pop some, cause she just watching. But once she finally realizing what happened and what's happening on the big screen, the tape stopped. Dang. So yeah, okay, so it was cool. She ain't mind the song. So it was working for her. So her friend had to start the tape back over. Oh my goodness. And it kind of reminds me why I'm saying it out loud and thinking about that part right there. It reminded me of a book I read called The Paper Magician. So yeah, I just was reminded. I just it's similar to The Paper Magician in that sense. In what she was stepping in and stepping through. And then you got Henry dressed up like he dressed up. He kind of got on like the Paper Magician's attire a little bit. I think they both had like top hats or something like that. And oh my goodness, we saw Holly and we saw where she really was, and I just was like, I was jaw dropped with that one. When we saw Holly and where she really was, I was like, oh my goodness, she don't even know where she. Oh my goodness. So by her maybe helping Max, I think that's her name, Max. Maybe she'll help herself somehow. I don't know. Cause oh my goodness, where she really is and where she thinks she is two different places. I was like, oh wow, oh man, dang. Now that was a reveal right there. I think that was that before the car the Steve, I think that's name Steve, when he was driving and acting like this was the time, if ever there was a time, that surely was not the time. Like, I mean, I don't guess it's ever a time to do such a thing. Um, yeah, I think that was after he did that. Yeah, that was after he did, I think. It was close to it, but whatever. I like the reveal of where Holly was as opposed to where she thinks she at. Oh my goodness. So where did Will think he was? Um, if Holly thinks she's there, where does Will think he's at? And then the other the other ones that's there, they not with Holly and where she thinks she at. So where do they think they at? Like, is it all they all separate? Oof. And Harry, whatever his name is, telling them that he gonna be bringing folks there, but he's not, but he is, just not in the visual, but they there in the physical. Mm, 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 mm. Hmm. Oh boy. And can Will do that to Vecna? Vector or will will turn upgrade Vector. Like, oh my goodness, like I guess L didn't destroy Vector like Will just did the Demogorgons. So he lives. So maybe it's gotta be Will versus Vector. Cause I don't think L can do what Will just did. I don't know. I don't think so. Like he just went up against all the Demogorgons, all of the Demogorgons, all the Demogorgons, all the Demogorgons, all the Demogorgons. Um, up in the air, and dang, some of them Demogorgons, they all but like they don't know what all they can do, and some of them do know a little bit more of what they can do, because some of them was doing more damage than other ones. So I was like, ooh, they must not know what all they can. Some of them don't look like they know what all they can do. So, are the Demogorgons uh people that Victor has taken and turned into Demogorgons? Is that what's happened? Is that how they've been created? Because he did say they were, or we did learn that they was part of him, and now we seeing that Will is part of him, and so they all, everybody that done been connected to him, they gonna be all part of him, and like what, like some of them turn into Demogorgons and some of them don't, or what? Wow, like, was that explained in a previous season of how the Demogorgons were made? Because I did hear that they were part of Victor. So were they once human and they was stuck on the grapevine for too long, or what? Like stuck to his membrane cellular tissue pulsating umbilical cord too long and then became Demogorgons. I don't know. So it was cool to see Will with his powers, like Michael was saying about needing some magic amongst the right side up world. he didn't call it the right side up world, I don't think, but he was like we could use they could use some magic on their side. So it would be cool if Will had the magic had the magic touch. So Will got the magic touch like Mike Michael like Michael said, because he was like, "Ooh, it'll be cool if you had some powers." And Will was like, "What? No, I ain't got no powers." She talking, but then Vector came and unleashed something within Will. Um, because Will had something type of connection, power type thing, but he ain't know. He was figuring it out. He was figuring out why he was seeing what he was seeing. And then Vector came and hoisted him up in the air and hoisted him up in the air and had him float to him and say some things to him, and I guess that was enough to unlock Will's abilities. Cause then Will started pop blocking and dropping him. And the folks that he was pop locking and dropping them in front of, I was like, okay, now you can move out the way. You can move now. But they just looking like, and I'm like, okay, move, move, move. You ain't moving. Oh, you just sitting there. Oh, okay. I guess you just gonna sit there then. Okay, you're not gonna move. Okay, well, that's all right. That's quite all right. All right. Yeah, you just gonna stay there. Okay. All right. I understand y'all. I understand that you're keeping your eyes peeled, and you keeping the Demogorgon in sight. You're not turning your back. That's smart. I think you can move out the way without turning your back to the Demogorgon, though. I think you can. You can try it. Come on, try it. Try moving. Keep your eyes on the Demogorgon and move. Cause then them Demogorgons was in mid swing. So yeah, season 5 was a cool watch on this November 27th, Thursday. I didn't know what I was gonna watch for today's matinee. What it yeah, I didn't know what I was gonna watch for today. Um, and I was surprised that season 5 was available today. I checked it yesterday; it was not available. So yeah, I was surprised to see that it became available today to be able to enjoy on this 27th day of November, Thursday. I think there was a movie that was released out in theaters today. I don't recall the name at the moment, but I did see, I think, I don't know, a movie released in November. You guys can let me know what that is, whether there was a movie released today or not. I think SpongeBob movie is released in December on the 19th, I think. That's I think I saw a trailer say the 19th for the SpongeBob movie being released. So yeah, this was a cool rewatch. I didn't mind it. I enjoyed it. Um, I was trying to see if I could compare it to no, I was gonna think if I could compare it to season 4, but no, 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 no. Season 5 was its own thing. It was a continuation, but it was its own thing. It was easier to watch. A lot of a lot. I want to say it was a lot of heroic moments in season 5. Oh my days! Did I put? Okay, okay, I put it in there. Yeah, I think. So yeah, there was like a lot of information. Um, they already knew this. They already knew the story, so they were on board pretty quickly. Um, the character with the pet snake, he did not tell the truth about what happened to him. And maybe he'll tell them later. Maybe he felt like that wasn't the right time to tell them. Maybe he thought they were going to say they told him so. Is maybe why he didn't say something. But maybe he'll tell them later when things calm down. Was there anything that I missed? Hmm. I don't know. I think that was about it. I think that was about all. Did I like live streaming after every episode versus every two episodes? I was able to focus on the specific one, the episode that I was live streaming on. So I guess a live stream after every episode was sufficient for focus on that specific episode. Um, Trying to live stream after watching two episodes was a bit much. Even though I did well on it. But to differentiate them, I kind of felt like it ran together for me, but I was able to separate it. And the episodes do flow together cohesively. So watching one and two is like watching a long episode if you watch one and two. And three and four and on and on. Like they flowed cohesively. Um, but I at first I thought um oh my goodness. I just realized what she eating. Yuck. Oh my goodness. I just realized because the before I watched episode 4 and saw where Holly really was on episode 3, was it episode 3? I think it was episode 3. We saw her eating, and I had asked, "What is she really eating?" Because usually in imagination land, it don't be something edible. Like in imagination land, you think it's something edible, but it really be something unedible. And it just clicked like she what she really eat. Okay, I gotta stop thinking about it. Ugh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So uh, um trying to change thoughts here. um, um oh my goodness. Oh, so what's the name? He showed himself as Mr. What's It. Um, but actually he would be the other dude. What's his name? What was the other dude? What was the thing there in um A Wrinkle in Time? What was that thing's name? What did it have a name? Um oh, and I read the book too, guys. I read the book. I read the book. I watched the movies. I don't know what that. I don't know if it had a name. You had Mrs. What's It, Mrs. Who, and Mrs. Somebody else, and then you had the person that Charlie was talking to, Charles. And then you had Charles' father. What was that thing called? Was it called? I think it was called The Darkness. I think that was just its name. Like it didn't have no other name. I think it was just called The Darkness. And that that would be Victor. So that would be Mr. What's his real name? That would be the his character. Like his character, like the name Mrs. Watson, we know Mrs. Watson to be a good character in the book. And then when the questions was asked, like, okay, so why didn't Mrs. Watson like or Mr. Watson like, okay, he told you this, but why he didn't like help you prevent it? Boo boo boo. So maybe he's not a good guy. Da 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 da. So yeah, he would be the darkness in human form, like the dude was in the movie that had that was playing them games with Charles. Okay, so that was cool that that was brought up because I do think about that book regularly. Um, it's a good book. I actually like the book better than I do the movies. Uh, for A Wrinkle in Time, the book was better. The book was better. I mean, the movie's good. The movie's all right. They all right, but when it came to a book, um, the was it? He's supposed to be a basketball player or somebody. The friend. That's the only like real difference that I know. Well, other than Mrs. What's it? Was it Miss What's it that came over? Her meal was different, and their attitude was different towards her in the book. Like she was welcome in the book. They was trying to get rid of her in the movie. Um. So yeah, I like the book better. Um. But yeah, the friend from school, he was better in the book. He was more talkative. He was more outright talkative, and he spoke up, and he spoke up and told them what he liked about them and how cool they were. And to Meg, he told Meg like, "You are so cool," like. Do 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 boo boo boo, and I was like, yes, you better hype your friend up. But in the movie, he's not like that. He barely says anything in the movie. So I like the book um, more for his character talking and how I think her name was Mrs. Watson. I like how she was treated. Like they had welcomed her. They was eating caviar and all kinds of stuff. In the movie, they barely wanted to fix her a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So yeah, I like the book better for how the characters were treated better in the book. For A Wrinkle in Time. So I'm thinking, how is this going to play out? Because if he knows that she likes blackberry pancakes and he knows that she wanted a cassette tape with a cassette player, isn't he finna know her plan? Like what? How good is he with memory? Is he just long? He just know long term memories, or do he know short term memories? Like if he can't keep latch on to them short term memories, her plan might be new enough, fresh enough to where he don't know it. Maybe that'll play into their hands to be able to go along with their plans. But so is there uh, so is there nothing in the woods? Because Girlie was out there in the woods peeping at the house, and do she be going in that house getting stuff out of there and taking it back to the rock formation? That's what it looked like. And why folk come the rip didn't open up where she's at? Like that would be muy excelente for the rip to open up in the rock formation where she's at, so she can just hop on through, and she ain't gotta go through Victor's memories. But that's how that's what was making it like the paper magician a little bit, because that's what was going on in the paper magician a little bit. Like she had to go through the memories to get out. But yeah, it would be real convenient for that rip to open up and by the rock formation so she could just hop on through and not have to walk by Victor. And he can by him not going into the rock formation, he don't like the rock formation for whatever reason. That would be real convenient for the rip to open up where she done made her dwelling place at. Ugh. So she won't have to walk through all that, and he be right there. Mm. And then the rip had closed. Like she couldn't have kept running, I don't guess. Or maybe she could have, but maybe she felt like she couldn't because she had to wait. The tape had to be rewound. But maybe if she had kept going, maybe by the time she ran a few more steps, the tape would have started back playing. Oh, well. And then Victor had his hand. Oh my goodness. What? I mean, I kind of want to ask, but she is in spirit form. So what would his gnarled claws do to her spirit form? But I guess I don't know. I guess it would have like shown up in the physical. It probably would have shown up on her in the physical. So is there gonna be other episodes, and is it gonna be all wrapped up in a nice little bow or a big bow? If this is it, okay, all right, all right, all right. I'm just I'm gonna just stop harping on it. So, man. So when I saw, okay, so there's kind of like a couple of things I was thinking. I was just thinking, okay, so she saw her friend at her bedside. She heard the music. She saw her friend. She could feel his touch. Okay. So then the tape stopped because she first she heard the music, so she had to get to the spot. And then by the time she got to the spot, he was talking to her, holding her hand, and then the tape stopped. I was trying to think if there was. I was trying to see any connection to him talking to her and holding her hand, like if maybe that helped draw her closer faster than just playing the music, because he had the music on and she was trying to get there. She was following the music. And then, because he was playing the music, but he wasn't saying anything. He was just sitting there for a while, and it was just the music. So when it was just the music, she was walking, 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 walking. Then I was trying to think like if maybe the talking, his talking and his holding her hand, did that help her bring her closer? I don't know. But then the music had stopped. So the music is definitely a whip ripple, uh, uh, like a portal, because him just sitting there talking and holding her hand didn't seem to have any openings. So the music itself made a portal. Um, I'm thinking they might need to get Victor into, or Henry. They might need to get him into that um rock formation somehow. I didn't catch the clue. I don't know if this could have been a clue, but just thinking about the show, I'm thinking it might have could have been a clue. So when Holly followed the map and then she was running and then they showed, I think her name is Max, they showed her like tending to a scrape on Holly's knee. and she just plopped the dang on rag onto her knee like boom. It doesn't look like it needs stitches. Boom. And she just bopped it with a cloth. I'm like, yeah, but you ain't gotta bop it. Like and then Holly didn't do nothing like it didn't hurt. I'm like, that didn't hurt, girl. Like, you still don't want nobody bopping on your scrape, even though it don't need no stitches. It still would kind of maybe feel some kind of way, but Holly ain't do nothing. Holly ain't budge. Holly just looked at her like, eh, it's it's fake. Anyway, it's I was like, Holly, you ain't gonna wince. Holly ain't wince or nothing. She just was like, eh, it's fake. So that could have been a clue to show um that Holly wasn't there. So yeah, I did notice the movie reference. What's it called? The movie name references. The movie name references crossovers. There was a Nancy. There was a Tina. Those are the only ones that I noticed. And as far as movie movie character name reference crossovers. And we didn't get to see um, the resolve of Delightful. What's his name? Delightful Daryl. I think his name was Daryl. We didn't get to see the resolve of his his parents just yet. His parents and his sister. Thumbs up, share, and subscribe to the channel. Oh, yeah, that's what I was trying to talk about. Okay, so when we see the upside down this time, there's a whole base and a base, yeah, in the upside down. Um, Even though the membrane has to be burnt to get through it, but I guess the wall can't be burnt. I don't know if they've used the torches on the wall. I don't know if they want to use the torches on the wall. I don't know. But there's a part of it, it's thin, I guess thin enough to be burnt, and they use it for an entrance way to the upside down. Um, when Elle went through the upside down, I was thinking, my first thought was like, okay, watch your step. And when I saw her and Hopper walking around the upside down, I was like, all right, watch your step. Um, but this season, it doesn't seem like folks gotta watch their step. Like the membrane bat things, they didn't show up. The veins on the ground, they didn't show up. Like from the previous season, there was, you had to watch your step. If you stepped on a crack, you broke your mama's back. Like if you stepped on the membrane thing, it it alerted the bats, and it brought them to where you were and stuff like that. So none of that was relevant in season 5. They didn't have to step, they didn't have to watch their step and all of that. So I guess that was a good thing, mm, that they didn't have to worry about. Maybe they were all cleared away for the base to be down there. Perhaps that's what happened to the veins that was laying all on the over the place. And it looks like Victor has like moved where he was, where he had everybody. Look like he done moved them to a new location because he did have everybody over there, closer to where she saw the reef. I want to call it the reef, like the portal. He did have everybody closer to the portal area. So now it look like he done moved everybody from that area to a new area where he has them now, and that area looked like more. It looked more open than it was previously. Are you getting stitches done today? This will be a great time to get some stitching done. If you choose to get some stitching done today, I don't know what if you just parlaying, which is a great thing to do. You can give your hands rest. My fingers were actually begging for rest, and they still are. I might have to put something on them to help. Ouch. Yeah, I might have to put something on them. Something has happened. between me holding my phone while I was working out and using my phone to count my steps and crocheting. But mostly it's between those two things. But it mostly brought on when I was holding my phone while I was counting my steps. And then I crocheted like yesterday and the day before yesterday, and my hands was like, all right, now that's enough. So far, what they've played in the game of Dungeons and Dragons has shown up, and Mike has he pull out them pieces and he be like, look, this is so and so, this so and so. Like they really playing Dungeons and Dragons like that, and that's I like that. I mean, that's the whole reasons why I read the Dungeons and Dragons manual uh to play Dungeons and Dragons like uh Mike, how he pull out them pieces and look, he be like this this right here and this right here, and he play it out with the pieces. I like that. I do like that he gave his sister her own piece, her own Dungeons and Dragons piece. Ooh. So what I said about portals, having the portal open up where Max is, Holly could do that. Her piece, her Dungeons and Dragons piece can do that. So she would be able to get Max out right there. Max wouldn't have to walk all the way through like she has before. I don't know if they're gonna think about that though, because they're going with Max's plan. I wouldn't think Max. Well, Max doesn't know about Holly's D&D piece, so maybe that'll, I don't know. So yeah, but yeah, if Holly connects it together, if Holly remembers what her brother told her about the D&D piece, then she could have an aha eureka moment and open up a portal right there. Testing, testing, one, two, three, testing. Testing. Okay, Chrome. All right, is there anything else? You guys can let me know in the comments. Ouch. Okay, I accidentally did that picture in picture thing with this. I didn't even know this thing could do that. I don't know what all it can do with in there within that. That's cool if it stays like available for my live streaming. Well, picture in picturing, I know like the sound doesn't work with other sounds being made, so I don't know how far the picture in picture would be sufficient while live streaming. When I heard Sullivan's name mentioned in the show, I immediately thought of Monsters Inc. uh, and seeing how Vector be is like Vector is like Randall, and his method is the scream extractor. His method is similar to Randall's scream extractor, Victor. Oh my goodness. So in this season, we did get to see the characters smiling, having a laugh or two. So yay for that. We got to see them smile and enjoy their camaraderie together, their blended family, if you will. I enjoyed that. That might have been my favorite scene out of the whole season. So yeah, with the mother and daughter. So was that Holly? Yeah, that was Holly. With Holly, and she was like, "Mommy, believe me." And then the mama like, "No, no, blah, 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 blah." And then so when the mama finally realized that the shit hit the fan, boy, that bathtub scene, it was like her being her and her, they were being rebirthed together, like they was together again, like they was one again, like okay, that's over with. They being rebirthed together. The mama come up, well, the mama went down like believing in her daughter, and then that bathtub scene was like a symbol of their rebirthing, coming together. Whatever had separated them before has is now they're back together, and they're in the water in that moment, in that time, and now they've come up and emerged from the sudsy depths of the water, and now the mother is is on board with her daughter. I like that. That was like, yes. Okay, okay, cool, cool, cool. That was real cute. I enjoyed seeing how deep that tub was. I really did. I really enjoyed seeing how deep that tub was. Now them suds, I mean, them suds was suds in. It was a lot of suds in there, but it wasn't a lot of suds in there. It was a lot of suds in there, but it wasn't a lot of suds in there. That tub was deep. They were emerged. Wasn't no shoulder sticking out, wasn't no knee sticking out. They was emerged. You hear me? I was like, that's what I'm talking about. A deep soaking tub right there. It wasn't no hips sticking out. They were emerged. They had room in their merge. Like it was water above them in the merge. Like wow, what a tough. I was just, oh yeah. They had. I'm trying to think if I could measure. They had about 2 inches of water above them. At least 2 inches above water above them in that tub. Hmm. So if there are going to be more episodes, it looks like we're gonna see a few characters get their lick back. We've already seen a little bit of that, just a little bit. Okay, we started out with the character with the snake. We saw him. He kind of got his leg back a little bit, a couple of times, a little bit. I mean, when he got his lip back, he got his lip back. Um, William, I'm gonna say William getting his lick back. Uh, yeah, with that last scene in episode 4, I'm gonna say William getting his he getting a bit of his lick back right there with the Demogorgons. Holly, she may be getting her lick back. So what is Vector doing? Cause he said he was choosing folks cause they was weak. So is he making them strong? Is that what's happening? Because that would make more sense than what I was thinking at first about what he was saying to William. Like it made zero sense what he was saying to William. Uh, without the thought that Victor could possibly be charging folks up like Pikachu. Like, is he taking them to charge them up like Pikachu? Like, le- is, to level? Is he leveling them up? Is he leveling them up? Like, did he leveled Will up? Like, do do we have him mistaken and he's leveling folks up? He making folks Power Rangers up in here or something? Like, is that his plan to make Power Rangers? I don't know. Like, so yeah, he talking about they weak. So is he making them strong? He pumping them full of what that uh strong juice? I don't know. Like what's that juice called? What it called? Encouragement? Bravery. Uh, Hero juice. I don't know what the juice called, but is that his plan? Cause that would make more sense. That would make sense. I don't like that. That would make more sense. Cause, but before I thought about that, before I had that thought, I was thinking like, is he? Does he want Will to be his opponent? And I was like, I don't know if he wants Will. Like, is he making Will into being an opponent of his? Or an apprentice? Is he recreating the ones from the school or the lab? Like, is he recreating them? Cause he talking about they most more susceptible and stuff like that. So maybe he's creating his own gang. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for the subscribers on this channel.